This is Nick from Nintendo Dads, and we present our review of Awesome Pea, brought to us by Sometimes You. We want to give them a big thanks for giving us a code so that we can get our fine Nintendo Dad folks a review. So if you were a Game Boy owner and you've been hoping for Nintendo to fill that gap with the Game Boy Classic, but they're just not doing it, Sometimes You has stepped up to the plate. Awesome Pea has got that green screen filter with rounded edges so you can have all the CRT fuzziness you ever wanted. Awesome Pea is a run and jump platformer with an unforgiving style of play where if you die you start all the way back from the beginning of the level. That is made a little bit easier as the levels that you play are a little bit smaller than you might expect, so you're able to get through them, but not so small that it's like the boards you would play on Celeste or something like that. These are more full-fledged levels. So when you die, there will be times where you have spent a good bit of effort to get to the end, and there's a bit of anguish as you have to start all the way back from the beginning to redo the platforming. The platforming is precision-based platforming for sure. I will say that your P doesn't react quite how I would expect it to for a game whose basically sole focus is platforming. You're a little bit heavier than I think you should feel as a small P, and sometimes with your double jump you don't entirely react as quick as you would hope to. And so you have to really sit still where maybe you don't have time to sit still. If you like the run and jump punishing platforming deal, but you're not a big fan of the CRT effects, they have given you the ability to turn off the fuzziness and the rounded corners. Turning off the fuzziness, in my opinion, is a real good idea. It's nice to play with for a few seconds to be reminded where we've come in video gaming, but I can tell you quickly that it makes it difficult sometimes to distinguish enemies from fuzz, and that can be frustrating when you're close to the end of a level and you're trying to do a precision platforming and you just can't do it because you don't know what really is an enemy. So guys, my final thoughts on Awesome Pea. I finished Awesome Pea in 1 hour and 45 minutes, and I was left thinking that it needed more levels, that it needed more enemies, that it needed more color filters, that I needed to have more types of levels. You've seen a couple here with the train and stuff like that, and there's about 5 or 6 different types of levels, and that's it, and they just kind of vary where the enemies are on the level each time you have to redo it. I think they could use a different progression of difficulty. You have about 2 or 3 levels of tutorial, and then you just get delved into punishing platforming. It doesn't get more difficult as you go through the game. The whole game is just the same level of difficulty. Some were harder for me than others, but I didn't feel like it was slowly progressing or progressing at all. I had about 2 tutorial levels, and then I was just into punishing platforming. So right now, Awesome Pea is $5.99 on the American eShop. That's not a lot of money, but quite frankly, I just feel that Awesome Pea is lacking in some content. I think if they spend a little bit more time and realize that yes, going back to the classics is a great thing, but we're missing simple things that in 2019 you should have, like leaderboards. Let me not be in a green filter if I don't want to be in a green filter. Let me filter it to a different color, quite frankly. Anything like that to kind of break up the game. I think it definitely needs more levels for sure. So in my opinion, guys, I would stay away from this one. I think it's more of like an average P than an Awesome P, but if you have to or are super interested to play that Game Boy feeling game, then Awesome Pea might be the game for you. So hey, this is Nick from Nintendo Dads. Certainly hope this has helped you make up your mind or help you make your decision on Awesome Pea. Signing out, see you later. Game over, folks.